Oh, guess what's on TV? Forrest Gump.
That's a wonderful movie.
So it's on CBS tonight. They're going to have film night on Sunday night. I like that. I like that movie.
Excellent. All right, let's see where we're at. All right, 8:01, Dirk.
Tell me when you're up.
All right. Hello, everybody out there. This is Charles, and we are coming to you live from the Norwegian Cruise Line Latitudes members page on Facebook, as well as the Cruise Mojo page, and we are streaming on YouTube. Hello, everybody out there. I hope you all are doing well. And we are just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our show tonight, the Cruise Mojo Show, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here, live each Sunday night. Today is Sunday, May 10th, 2020, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We hope you had a great day.
Yes,
and
thank
you
you,
got
I
your
did.
flowers and your cards and your all kinds of cool stuff. And I hope people took care of you and made your day easy. And we decided to stream tonight. So we're just hanging out and a very informal stream tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on the Cruise Mojo Show. And with me, as always, is my good pal, the notorious, the world-famous Dirk Breakbush. What's up, Dirk?
Well, I just took a bow to thank you very much, Mr. Dr. Charles.
All right, there he
Thank you very
is.
much thank you for the intro. I appreciate it.
It's always great to hear you, Derek. So we're here, ladies and gentlemen. And, Dirk, you just got a round of applause from the audience. That was amazing.
Well, I know I deserved it. I deserved it, too. I deserved it.
So who's joining us? Let's say hello to all our folks out there that are listening. I think we're going to have a little bit less of an audience tonight. We got Andrew. What's up, Andrew? We got Teresa, Sandra, and Sue from Rhode Island. Hi, Sue. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
That sounds like a movie. Andrea, Teresa, and Sandra, too.
And we are just hanging out, folks. I don't expect a large crowd tonight because it is Mother's Day and people are relaxing. And Dirk and I were just talking about progress in the healthcare arena and what's going on. And I think we beat that topic to death, Dirk, so I don't think we're going to talk too much about it. But we got a lot of Norwegian vessels in Jacksonville this week. We have the Gem, the Pearl, and the Sky are up in Jacksonville, and they are docked and not moving at all. And off of Cocoa Beach, anchored, is the Sun, the Dawn, and we got the Getaway, which is going to France. So Getaway is probably not even here anymore. This was even from last week, so this has probably made significant progress.
They were on the way to the harbor, I think.
Yeah, they're headed to Marseille. They're not here anymore. This was 5/9 yesterday, so they're out of there. We got the Escape heading to Miami right now, and we have, I think, 2 ships in Miami currently. Is it one ship? One ship. The Epic is in Miami. And we got the other Norwegian vessels. Where are the remainder? We got one in the Bahamas heading to England.
How about Port Canaveral?
Port Canaveral is there's none there. They're offshore. They're anchored off the coast. I only see 2 here. Yeah, like where in the world are the Norwegian ships? And one off the coast of California, 2 off the coast of California. The Jewel is heading to Oakland, San Francisco. And the Joy is heading to Los Angeles. Any in Hawaii?
Right.
Part of America. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
And the Breakaways. Is that the Breakaway? What do we see here? Oh, the Star. Hold on a second. Did that just update? Wow. While we were... oh, no. That was the Getaway. Getaway's going to Marseille. And the Breakaway's already, like, pretty close, 3/4 of the way there to Marseille, France. And we got the Jade in Dubai. That's just the Norwegian Cruise Line vessels. So Justin's here. We're doing well. Justin, we're hanging out and relaxing. Oh, Teresa was supposed to go on the Encore today. I hope you're enjoying yourself, Teresa, today during Mother's Day. We got Alan from Boston. Hey, Alan. I got Sandra from Norfolk. What's up, Sandra? So hello, everybody out there. We are just relaxing. We're going to have a very informal show today. We did see some big news recently this week with Norwegian, and just after last show, there was a lot of concern and a lot of posts in the group that Norwegian was going bankrupt, And I was very busy for a good period of time when we were moderating the group, and that turned out not to be true. Norwegian's not going bankrupt, folks. It got some equity to get it through the next 18 months. So they have $2 billion in equity that came through. And thanks to Larry for posting this article recently on the group. It's actually right now, it's headlined on the group as an announcement. So Norwegian Cruise Line CEO talks cruise bookings, raising $2 billion to avoid bankruptcy. And this, of course, is Jim Cramer. He has a show, Mad Money, on CNBC. He's a kind of a famous, infamous and famous giving financial advice. Yeah.
Financial guru.
He's a financial guru. I remember he famously got the gold. What caused the 2008 market crash? Was it Goldman Sachs? Which one went bankrupt? A huge firm went bankrupt.
I think it was Goldman.
Yeah, I remember. Well, one's huge firm. He got that one right. He was telling people to invest in that firm, and then shortly thereafter, it was gone. But he's usually pretty solid. He usually gives pretty good advice, and he had Frank Del Rio on, and he profiled him and how they raised the $2 billion. Pretty interesting stuff. So if you're interested, you can check out that article. There's other things too. Someone posted this article in the group. This is a blog, and I don't know how I feel about bloggers, Dirk. How do you feel about bloggers?
Mixed feelings. Most of them are not worth the stuff that's printed on.
Yeah. I have mixed feelings about bloggers too, only because they like to use our group to promote their blogs.
That's right.
And it's very annoying. But anyway, some of them we keep. Some of the articles that we see posted we keep because they are useful to the members. Most of them we delete, but this is from a blog. And he says he interviews the CEO of Norwegian Cruise Line, and he basically says in this article, he thinks it's going to come back very strong. Again, this is Frank Del Rio, who's the CEO of Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, which is the umbrella corporation for the three Norwegian lines. So it's Norwegian Cruise Line. Was it Oceania and Regent, right?
Right.
So
right.
Frank Del Rio oversees those three cruise lines, and each individual cruise line has its own, I guess it's a CEO, right?
Yeah.
So each of the individual cruise lines has its own CEO, and so Del Rio is the big guy, head of the three.
He's a holding.
He's the holdings guy.
NCR Holding.
Yeah, so he thinks it's going to come back bigger and better and stronger. I mean, this is a little bit of a problem, a short-term problem. But he thinks that it's going to come back, and with some restrictions or with some social distancing. And this is a pretty good article. It is posted in the group, but I like this. And one of the things it says here, Norwegian is here to stay, which is very nice because we're all fans of Norwegian. In case you're wondering why Cruise Mojo is so heavily focused on Norwegian, is because when we started down this road in this podcast, it was originally focused completely on Norwegian, and it still is heavily focused on Norwegian. But we have a lot of people in our one of the groups we have is called the Norwegian Cruise Line Latitudes members, and it's a very popular group with tens of thousands of members. So that's why we focus mostly on Norwegian Cruise Line. Plus, it's my favorite cruise line, and it's Dirk's favorite cruise line. So why not talk about it?
Absolutely.
So we're here. Very good news out of Norwegian Cruise Line. So they're here to stay. They have $2 billion in equity that's supposedly going to get them through the next 18 months without passengers potentially. But we know that, and we hope that cruising comes back prior to 18 months. And here's an interesting article, Dirk, from the Motley Fool, which I read occasionally. They sometimes give good advice, but they're notorious for pushing stocks that they are kind of heavily invested in. It's almost like, I'm talking. I really shouldn't talk about it, but that's what I find the Motley Fool to be. It's like they give you financial advice when they're promoting certain stocks.
Of course,
Yeah.
they benefit from that. So
yeah. So anyway, this article says, are Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian starting to sail in different directions? And it's a pretty good article, and it is pretty focused on Norwegian. If Norwegian Cruise Line goes down, Carnival and Royal Caribbean will pay the price. So it's a pretty good financial perspective of the cruise line. So if you're interested in investing in cruise lines, which many of you are, based on some of the topics I've seen in the group, it's a pretty good article. When you're investing in cruise line companies, it doesn't hurt to get as much background as possible. I happen to like the Norwegian product, and I am invested in Norwegian Cruise Lines. And I think Norwegian is a superior product. That's why I bought it, because I think they're better. But this is a good tool to find out about other cruise lines and what else is going on in the industry. So that's the Motley Fool article, Dirk. Anything to add on that, Dirk?
Yep.
Dirk, I'm so out of breath. I'm so out of shape. I'm getting out of breath talking.
Well, I'd love to listen to you.
I think it's because I just ate a huge dinner and I drank 2 huge glasses of water before I sat down here. So I think that's why I'm struggling.
Well, you did that. I just got back. And I just got back from a kind of an excursion to a Confederate war site.
Oh yeah, you had a good time. You had a nice walk.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. It's a Tennessee State Park. It's called Fort Pillow, and it's really interesting.
Do they have? Is that the park you told me that has bison?
No,
Wandering around?
no. The park about 10 minutes from where we live has bisons.
That's wild.
Shelby. That's our county state. They have about 50, 60 bisons in there.
That's wild. A few others have joined since we last. We got Sandra from Norfolk. I think I said hello to Sandra already. We got John from Baltimore. We got Tom. What's up, Tom? Big Tom is here. Andrea's here. What's up, Andrea? We got Ann. Rogelio. What's up, Rogelio? What's going on? Mary Jo. What's up? And a bunch of our regulars are here. So hello, everybody. Cheryl and Justin. So Justin is asking, so do you think NCL will sail July 1st before the CDC date of July 24th?
Capital N-O.
We don't think so. We don't. I think they formally posted that they're not sailing till August, right? Is that a formal post? I don't remember.
I don't believe it is, but I don't go on this year because they got a position ship. Got to get all the crews. All got through what we talked about earlier. They got to go. All the crew got to recurrent muster training. That's going to take some time, and all the ships got to be top to bottom.
Yeah.
They want to do all the dry dock work.
I don't know.
I know my little crystal ball hasn't been too accurate lately, but the latest thing it says there ain't not much going on before spring of 21. That's what I think.
I have.
And, that's not based. That's based on gut feeling, and everything I got is right up here. And my gut tells me what to do.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Does that gut feeling sound familiar?
It does. Yep, it does. You can't help yourself.
No, it's going to be gone. I mean, the only thing is, so by June, the economy is rocking again. It's going to be amazing. I mean, we're going to go back to 4% unemployment.
Oh my
it's going to be
God!
rocking.
Did you see those unemployment? Did you see those numbers? The unemployment numbers? on
Oh yeah.
Friday. Oh, that was
But
devastating.
by June, it's gone, man. So we got what?
No,
This
that's a two year jobber at least.
according to the son-in-law, we're going to be rocking in June.
Oh, hold on. So, in response to the members' post, hold on, let me get that name. What was his name? Justin. So, Justin, formally they say June 2020, June 30th, 2020, that they're not going to do anything. I have a feeling they're going to extend that too.
Oh yeah.
And even if they don't, like, I was talking with, texting with Andrew, like, over since the last show. We were talking about cruises and maybe doing a Cruise Mojo themed cruise. And I said I don't know if I'd feel good about it. Like, I would want to be completely comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, if I
Absolutely.
go on a vacation again, I don't want even any hint of this shit, because I'm a germaphobe. Excuse my language, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Sometimes I forget we're on a live broadcast. But I have to feel comfortable. I don't want to worry about it because I'm a germaphobe to begin with, and if I hear somebody coughing wherever it is, I'm gonna think that they have it. I'm gonna drive myself crazy. So I think I have to wait. How long I have to wait, I don't know. Either until they have a treatment or until they have a vaccine, an effective drug or a vaccine, and there's no deaths. So let's see what happens.
With my underlying health problems, I feel the same way as you.
Yeah, you got to go on there and enjoy yourself. You can't get crazy. I don't think I'll ever eat at a buffet again after this either.
Do they still have those? I never ate on one of those. Where were they?
I used to love
Do,
it. You know the
do they still have
buffets.
those?
Oh yeah, they do have. I used to love them. I love them.
I never made it past the Haven restaurant, so I don't know.
I love them. I love them. I'm getting distracted. Dirk, I got to step away from the microphone for 1 second because my door is open and I'm broadcasting, and I try not to.
Don't do like
Hold
they
on.
did on the Supreme Court and flush your bathroom.
No. 5 seconds. I'll be right back.
While Charles is taking a door break, we continue as far as the forecast is concerned on cruising. I agree with him that they're going to extend the July date.
All right, I'm back. See, that
What
wasn't
they're
so
going
bad.
to do, Charles, what they're going to do is, I think, they're going to extend it from months to months because they're not going to cut themselves in canceling future bookings, etc. So they rather have the booking and give you guarantee that you won't lose any money than saying we're not going to do anything to February, March, whatever of 21. So they're going to extend it. I think from a marketing standpoint, they're going to go month by month, which I just guesses.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I hope we get back soon. Dirk, you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
So that's Norwegian side. Officially, looks like July 1st right now. I wonder what day of the week July 1st is. I'm taking a peek while we talk. July 1st is a Wednesday, so that means the first sail. Well, I guess they could do sailings on Wednesdays. What do you think, Dirk? Usually it's like Saturdays and Sundays, right?
Since they own it, they can do any day they want to.
Yeah, that's true.
But the other thing too, what you got to look at too is, even if they're ready, that doesn't mean that ports are ready.
That doesn't mean that what's
You know,
ready?
Restrictions, not just air but sea.
Oh
and,
yeah.
Opening the borders. It depends on that too. So there are more factors than just being ready.
Oh, ports
the ships
too.
Being ready with
It
cruise,
depends on what ports are going to
on
accept the
what
cruise
ports.
ships, right?
That's
Yeah.
right. So it's really more than even twofold. So, and I just read another article. I don't know if I posted it. Is Bermuda is spending millions of dollars of really making it their port very attractive. I posted something
Bermuda?
with pictures. Yeah,
That single port?
Bahamas. Excuse me,
Oh,
Bahamas. I'm sorry.
Bahamas. Yeah, a lot of people don't like
Right.
the Nassau port.
Yeah, but
Uh,
they spending millions and millions. They
yeah.
have some art rendering what's going to look like, and I mean, it really looks very attractive.
Yeah, now's the time to do it too. Get if you're gonna do an upgrade, assuming everybody's safe and they can do construction, now's the time to do it. So here's the last financial perspective I had. This is from Yahoo Finance. Why Norwegian Cruise Line is a good pick for value investors, and right now it is a good pick. I think what did it end at? $12, I think on
12.41
Friday.
or something.
Hey, let's
It
see if I
went
can
up a
find
few.
it. 12.43. Yeah, it really hit the low point. Let's do a
Went over $7 or something.
let's do a year to date. Oh my God, look at that plummet. Really slid down. What's the low point? $7.77. It looks like was the lowest.
777.
Yeah,
Those
that
are
started
nice
going up.
cards. No cards. Nice cards to have in poker. 777s.
I don't know where I bought it. I think I bought it at like 35 or 36 or something. I was so happy. I was like,
Well, I bought mine
yeah.
I bought mine in over 40. I've owned that stock for the last 4 years. So
I thought for sure when I bought it, I was like, the stock market's gonna dip, and then it's gonna come roaring right back. And boy, boy was I wrong. Boy was I wrong when I made that prediction. Don't listen to my financial advice, folks. I was like, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go right back up, and there we go. I'm just looking at the comments. So we got Tom is here. Andrea's here. Angie agrees with me. Don't want to go to the buffet anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that buffet anymore. It's going to freak me out. Absolutely. Unless they're serving. If they're serving and there's one of those protective coverings there, I could deal with that.
yeah, I don't think if they do ever come back with a buffet, it's going to be served
Yeah.
as served by staff rather than self-service.
We got to remember Tom saying that he couldn't handle the crowds in the buffet prior to the virus. Some of those ships get packed. The buffets
And
get packed.
I don't know why they have sneeze guards. Have you ever seen anybody sneezing on the food?
No, but
So
because people are animals, that's why.
So why don't they call them? Why do they call them sneeze guards?
They should call them sleaze guards because some passengers are sleazy. How's that one?
Yeah.
Or filth
yeah.
guards. People
Well,
don't know
what
how to
I heard-
act in public anymore. People don't
what
know how to
I
act
heard
in
too-
public.
What I heard two charts. What they're going to do is at the entrance of the dining room, they're going to have a uh, a specialized hand washing area where you got to wash your hands before you can get into the line or into the. So you got to wash your hands and sanitize them before you can even get the next step to get close to the food.
Thank God. Let's hope they do it. Let's hope. Hopefully, it'll be mandatory.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I never went in reference to Tom being crowded. Like for breakfast, I would always go early and get food at the buffet. I don't like crowds either. It freaks me out a little bit. How would they social distance a muster drill? One that the muster drill in the cabin would work. That's a good point. I'm sure they're going to come out with some kind of electronic muster drill now. I think
Well,
they're
they
already
could do like-
experimenting with one, aren't they?
Oh.
Didn't they read an article about that?
Well, yeah, the thing is too, Charles. They can do the same thing as they do in the airplane. A safety video.
Yeah. I remember not too long ago, you used to have to go, you had to stand outside with your life preserver around your neck. Remember that? That wasn't so
Yep.
long
No, I
ago.
never did.
Things have changed pretty dramatically. You used to have to go and stand where you would be if the ship was sinking where
Oh
you would
yeah,
leave
oh
the
yeah, oh
ship with
yeah.
your life preserver around your neck and the whole thing. I remember I went with my daughter, who at the time was probably, I think she was 3.5. We went on a cruise to Bermuda with my family. She might have been older, maybe 4.5. And we were all standing outside on the deck with our life preservers on. And it was perfectly silent. And my daughter just goes, uh-oh. And the whole crowd that was out there with us just erupted in laughter. It was very cute. It was very funny. I wish I had that on video. It's like one of those moments where you wish, you know. So Royal Caribbean is working to patent an e-muster. I think that's what I read, Tom. Yeah, they filed for some technology to patent some technology for e-mustering. That's Royal Caribbean. 1243. What's that, Rogelio? I don't know what that is. Oh, that's where you bought the stock at. I got you. Wow, a few people bought it really low. $7.
So
Tom
my
scored.
49 doesn't count, huh?
Tom scored. He bought stock at 7. He spent about 20-something% of what I spent when I bought it. Nice job, Tom. Good purchase.
Well, I paid 49, so.
So 49. Oh man, you got some ground to make up there, son.
Listen, I mean,
Haven and Specialty Restaurant. Yeah, I agree with you, Rogelio. You're right, Dirk. You're scaring me, man.
yeah, I'm okay. I just had a little thing in my throat. I'm okay.
I was on a cruise and then March 16th, and they served at the buffet. Oh, they were starting to prepare, Mary. March 16th is that's probably one of the last cruises.
The only time
703 was the low.
The only time I've been up there near the booth when they had the suckling pig. It was Oktoberfest. That was it.
Where was that? On at a buffet?
Yeah, they had it. When you go to the outside area from the buffet area.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
Yeah.
They had it right out there.
Really?
Sauerkraut, the German food was bratwurst, and all that was good.
Do they do the pig in Germany too? They do like a roasted pig. Is that a German thing too? Because I know that's a big Filipino thing. I have a friend that's a few friends that are Filipino, and they do that big. That's at every party they have a big pig. They have a roasted pig.
Hawaii does it, but it's not a. Of course, it started in Germany, but then we exported it to Hawaii, to the Philippines, and some other countries.
The Italians, when I was growing up, we had pork stores all over my neighborhood, but they pretty much sold everything but pork. They sold is prosciutto. Prosciutto is pork, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah, prosciutto is pork, so I guess maybe that's why. Prosciutto was like a big thing. And what's the other one that's like prosciutto, except it's a little more expensive, and you slice it real thin from cured meat? You usually have it with wine.
You slice prosciutto real thin. You talking about speck?
What's the one they bring out the whole leg, and the guy, usually if you had a fancy party, they bring out the whole leg.
That's a Spanish thing. That stuff is like $20 an ounce or something.
Yeah, it's like you know what I'm talking about.
It comes from black pigs.
Yeah.
The only thing
you know what it's called?
The only thing that feed them is what do you call it? What's that?
Truffles?
No, not truffle. Truffle is truffle is similar to a mushroom.
No, I know. I'm just throwing it up. Just throwing it out there, Dirk.
Don't mess with me. But I try to think of the Spanish, but it's expensive. I mean, they had it. I saw it They had it on sale, and especially Spanish store. It was like $1,100 per leg.
Oh my God!
But you got the stand and the carving knife with it.
That's right. Yeah, you get that. You get all that with that thing, and then you get
acorns. That's what I was thinking of. They're black pigs, and they only feed them acorns.
Really?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a I mean it melts on you. It's beautiful. I love it.
Oh man, we got some bad news. Did you hear about this guy that on a Carnival cruise ship passed away? Carnival Breeze crew member dies on the Carnival Breeze during final repatriation cruise.
What happened?
I'm gonna put it on the screen now. This young man, crew member dies on the Carnival Breeze during a final repatriation cruise. Even though we don't like this guy, this Jim Walker guy, he's a very one-sided blogger. But this is kind of factual. A crew member aboard the Carnival Breeze died this morning as the cruise ship was sailing from Bahamas to England, according to several crew members who wished to remain anonymous. Josef Saller was an assistant shore excursion manager from Hungary who had worked for Carnival for the past 3 years. His colleagues found him dead in his cabin from what many believe was a decision to end his life.
Oh, suicide.
Mr. Saller has worked for Carnival since January 11, 2017. He had worked on the Carnival Inspiration, Miracle, and Breeze for the past 3 years. The Carnival Breeze is one of several Carnival cruise ships which is finally taking crew members back to their home countries after the cruise line suspended operations nearly 2 months ago. The Carnival Breeze is sailing to Southampton, England, with around 1,300 crew members from Hungary, Croatia, Serbia, Montenegro, Macedonia, Albania, and England. The Breeze is now sailing out of Bahamian waters across the Atlantic.
Well, that's going to be a
Wow.
problem because most of the European Union closed their borders, so they're going to be stuck. They're going to be stuck again.
You know what I find interesting? They're hunkering down. Like they're sending a lot of their crew members home. A lot of people are going home. Any ships near the Philippines? Right, a lot of the people a lot of people are going home. They're bringing a lot of people home. They're sending a lot of the crew members home.
But the problem is, Charles, I got some friends that live in Manila. They
Uh-huh.
have a strict curfew. So once they get into Manila, they can't even leave the ship. And once they get cleared, they have to go into
Are they quarantined when they get there? Oh, there's a lot
well, they
of
can't even get off the ship. Once they get approved to get off the ship, then they're going to be quarantined. And and it's not just the Philippines; it's other countries too.
there's a
So
lot of
even Europe is even worse. I mean, England closed the borders, Germany closed the borders, France, Switzerland, Austria. So they're going to be stuck on the ship before they get approval.
Yeah.
So those poor souls. I mean, it's not that easy just being home in Manila or wherever. Then of course most of them don't live in Manila. They got what the
Yeah, they got
Philippines is
travel.
about. The Philippines is what, over 1,000 islands. So they're all over the place. And
They have 3
India.
ships here.
So they're stuck. Poor guys. They don't know when they're going to get off the ships, even once they're in their home country.
You could see like they're all a lot of the ships, and I noticed this last week too, are in these commercial shipyards. They're not in they're these commercial ports. They're not in like a nice ports. They're usually just hanging out in these commercial ports. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
probably much less of a fee, right, from whatever
That's
state they're in.
That's where the princess was over in across the bay from San Francisco in Oakland.
Wow,
That was a
look
commercial
at this
too.
port. Look at these old railroad tracks in Norfolk. Wow, these old trains here. These looks like train cars. That's incredible.
Well, I guess that they're supplying all the shipyards.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. That's pretty impressive. Infrastructure there. Yeah, so all these ships, look at these commercial shipyards here in Norfolk, Virginia. Isn't there a big military
Oh
sea
yeah,
base here?
Navy. Base.
Yeah.
I think it's home to most of the aircraft carriers.
Yeah, I think all the carriers are here too, somewhere. Wow. Times are crazy. Crazy times. Let's see what the audience is saying, Dirk. Take a look.
Yes, Thomas.
Oh my
it's
God.
7-3 in Virginia.
Oh man, a lot of people are dying on these cruise ships. Oh, Mary's saying supersod. It's not supersod.
Well,
Supersod's a sausage, Mary. I forget the name of
well,
that thing.
Mike Rollins says they're probably coal cars. It must be that
Oh,
wash
coal.
coal. It must be that wash coal, the clean coal.
The clean coal.
Yeah, the
I
clean
was
coal.
surprised to
That,
see Getaway en route
that's
to
wash.
France. I
That's
saw
that
that.
wash coal.
I'm trying to cut you off. I
Why
was
would you do
surprised to
that,
see.
Charles?
I was surprised to see Getaway. I thought you were poking fun at politics.
No, why would I do that?
Tom says he's surprised to see the Getaway en route to France. Yeah, I saw that. That's bizarre. I saw that too. I don't know what's going on there.
That's
A
probably the only
diamond
flight
cruise
that
ship.
doesn't land.
So a Diamond Princess, jumped off the ship. Someone from the Diamond Princess jumped off.
Oh, they're going to have a bunch of suicides, I bet you. Unfortunately.
Why do you think?
What shots? I mean, here they are for months and months.
Oh,
Can't get off.
you think
The
the
problem
anguish?
is the problem is, when they were cruising, at least they can get off in ports and go shopping and do whatever. But here they're stuck. They can't get off the ship.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad when I get off the ship after 2 weeks. Can you imagine if you're on the ship for 3-4 months?
Oh my God, I can't imagine that. I don't see any. I can't find an article with the Diamond Princess suicide though. Maybe we're jumping the gun. Regal Princess. It's the Regal Princess. Here we go. Here's another one. Crew member from the Regal Princess goes overboard during final repatriation cruise. My goodness, these repatriation cruises, a lot of people are dying.
Yep.
Let's see what this one says, Dirk. A crew member from the Regal Princess cruise ship went overboard early this morning, according to several crew members who wish to remain anonymous. The crew member was a Ukrainian national and worked for Princess as a waiter. She had been identified by various first names. A lifeboat from the ship recovered her body after a brief search. Several crew members sent a video taken of the lifeboat. Several crew members sent a video taken of the lifeboat crew bringing the young woman from the water, which we are not posting here. The Regal Princess had sailed to Rotterdam as part of Princess Cruises' efforts to finally repatriate crew members, following the suspension of cruising approximately 2 months ago. Princess had arranged for air transportation for Ukrainian crew members to fly from Amsterdam to Kiev. Approximately 150 Ukrainian crew members had been successfully flown back to the Ukraine via Ukrainian International Airlines. It was explained to me that the crew member in question was part of a second group of about 120 Ukrainian crew members who were scheduled to fly on a second airplane not associated with Ukrainian International Airlines. The second air flight to Kiev was canceled for unclear reasons. The woman was one of over 100 crew members not permitted to fly home to the Ukraine. She reportedly was distraught and last seen crying on the ship. This is the third crew member to die after cruising was suspended. Yesterday, an assistant shore excursion manager died on the Carnival Breeze. That's the gentleman we just spoke about earlier. 8 days ago, we reported that a Polish electrician on the Royal Caribbean Jewel of the Seas went overboard south of Greece. All of these cruise lines notified the families of these seafarers that their loved one had died. Have a comment. Oh my God, here's the one, a Polish electrician. Jewel of the Seas. So I guess each cruise line got Carnival and Princess are owned, so they had two crew members. Look at this, another young gentleman, 26 years old, man. Terrible.
Look, I wonder how many people back home here with suicide, if after they're quarantined, they can't go anywhere. They have more, I read where they have more cases now of panic attacks and everything else. Than can you imagine? It's even worse being on the ship. You're in really close quarters. You can't get in the car and drive anywhere.
Oh man, this
you're
poor
right
guy.
there.
They didn't realize he was missing for 2 days. Oh my God! It took more than 48 hours to realize the absence of the 27-year-old sailor, a member of the crew of the cruise ship Jewel of the Seas, which is in recent days remains anchored in the sea area off Sawano near the island of Agios Georgios. Terrible, man.
Sarajevo.
Terrible. Terrible. Crazy stuff happening. What's the craziest news you've ever heard about a cruise ship, Dirk?
That goes back to the Titanic.
I'd say that's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
That's a
I
pretty
think so.
crazy scenario, right? Thinking about
I
that.
believe I believe it was a big ice cube.
Nature's creation. Female server jumped off the Regal Princess today. They said, "Oh my goodness." I'm just reading the comments, folks. 15 ships in Manila Bay. I guess a lot of people are heading back, Mary.
They won't let him land.
That's
so
what I
see, that's
thought,
the problem. Charles,
Yeah.
the reason what I read and what I heard was the reason they're out in Manila Bay, they're waiting on approval to disembark. And what they have to do too is they have to find places where they can quarantine all these people.
Oh, Tom Henry posted some pictures. I'm sorry, Dirk. I'm daydreaming. Say that again.
What I'm saying is the reason they're in the bay, because once they get approval to disembark, they have to have places ready where they can quarantine them for a few weeks.
Oh yeah.
That's not. So
Oh.
it's twofold.
Yeah. So they're sitting there. Tom Henry posted some pictures of these 3 ships. He just asked about it. Tom, you mind if I take a look at it? You just mentioned that one of your comments. So here's pictures of right where we just was seeing. So right there in Virginia.
Yes, Tom put it on our website. It looks good.
Yeah. Oh, here's a little video too. Oops, sorry, folks. Oh wow, there's the Encore. Wow, how cool is that? We see this on a map, and Tom Henry posts pictures of a video and some pictures of it. Awesome, Tom. Thank you very much, man.
Do the video.
There's the Encore, the Bliss. I can't see what the last ship is. I could look on the map.
That's the Encore
Spirit.
there.
That's the Spirit. Wow, awesome, Tom. What a sight. I don't see anybody on the decks either.
They're probably all in the bar.
It's coping skills, developing their coping skills, right, in the bar.
Yep.
So right there, you're looking at $3 billion. Those strips. There's the Spirit. Oh, I think that's a crew member right there. So odd to see these things empty. Awesome pictures, Tom. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Tom. Very cool. Very cool pictures. Really appreciate it. So we got Tom here. We
Copy.
mentioned those trains that look like coal cars, according to Mike. You might be right, Mike. They were very
It's clean
dark.
coal, I told you.
The clean coal. Beautiful pictures, Tom.
The problem with the coal is the same problem we have with the crude oil. They got all that stuff and they don't know where to put it because they don't have enough storage.
Oh, Larry's here. What's up, Larry? Larry, you want to join us? I'll see if I can patch you in, man. You just gotta get the Messenger app. See if we can patch you in. Nice to see you, Larry.
Larry said Capicola is visually
Costa
resembles
Concordia,
prosciutto.
Titanic. Everybody's.
It's a lot. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Larry said Capicola visually resembles prosciutto, except Capicola is a little bit more fat. It's like what they call Italian bacon.
Yeah.
It comes round and it's a lot fattier than
I'm looking it up.
prosciutto.
Is it Jamon Serrano?
Jamon. It's called jamon. Yeah.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, but there's another one besides Serrano that's even more expensive. Have a look, Black Picks.
Here it is.
Have a look.
Here, this
I can't,
is this the one?
which one?
Oh, Manjalika ham. It comes with a board and the whole thing. $500, $449.
For how much?
12 to 16 pounds.
No, that's not it.
That's not the one I'm thinking of. It's something like
that
that,
one.
right? We got
D'Artagnan.
Iberico ham.
Iberico, that's it. Iberico.
Is that the one?
That's it.
Here's the
Yeah,
one.
Iberico.
$619. 14
The
to 16
D'Artagnan
pounds.
people are good friends of mine. I used to do a lot of business with them. They're excellent people. That lady that runs it, first time I met her, I thought it was a guy. But I tell you one thing, I wouldn't take her on.
And you married her? I'm
You're
joking.
fired.
Sorry, Dirk.
Pate Negro. That's it. Two Pate Negro. Hey, Chuck, Pate Negra.
Oh,
Pate
Larry can't
Negra.
join.
Negra means black, so it's for black pigs. That's cheap. $449.
I thought the same thing. Yeah, the craziest.
Around $1,100.
I haven't. I mean, the craziest cruise stories. I mean, we've all had these negative cruise stories. I don't know if you remember when we first started broadcasting. It seemed like people were jumping off these ships like every week. There was like a suicide. Remember that period, Dirk?
Oh yeah.
For a while, it seemed like every week there were people jumping off the cruise ships.
Those were passengers when they received their first bill.
The new cruisers, and they got there. They saw the service charge, and they're like, "What the hell is this?"
Hey, Larry,
and they jumped ship.
Hey, Larry said he's calling tonight. Hey, Larry, did you feed the cats yet? By the way, your refurbished bathroom looks great, Larry. Good job. If you got the magic marker off the wall.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Larry is a moderator in the Norwegian Cruise and Latitudes members group, and we've been trying to get him on the show. And the first time we tried to get him on, I would call Dirk in Messenger and then try to patch Larry in, and then you couldn't hear Dirk, and then I would call Dirk, and then I couldn't hear Larry, and there was all kinds of problems. So Larry, we hope you have you on soon. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for all your hard work in the group.
He's doing it.
You beat me to
job.
it. He beats me to everything. I wake up and I see Larry's there.
Since Larry is on board, I went from 9 hours a day to 7 hours a day.
That's good. We need a couple more.
Larry is very shy. Larry's
a great
very
guy.
shy.
Is he?
He spends a lot of time in his garden, a lot of time with his cats.
That's good. I don't picture him as
Redecorating the
shy.
bathroom. Yeah, he's a shy person.
Not in the group. He's very assertive in the group.
Oh yeah.
He knows his stuff, and he lets people know it. That's Larry.
He's
the man.
He's a casino guy too.
Oh, is he?
Oh yeah, big time.
What do you like to play, Larry? I am not a casino guy. If I go in casino, I play. I only go with other people, and I only play craps because craps is just a lot of fun. What's your game, Dirk?
Oh, I like the $50 slots.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Do you limit your time in front of them?
Yeah, 5,000.
Oh, that's it. I have a friend whose mother has been. She is a slot junkie. And she'll go down to Atlantic City hours and hours and hours at those things. I don't find it entertaining. I don't have the attention span. I couldn't sit there for that long and do slots. It's not enjoyable to me. And she plays one particular slot, and they're kind of old, so they're becoming harder and harder to find. It's the Wheel of Fortune slot. Did you ever see those, Dirk?
Oh yeah, germophobics don't have much attention span.
No. So something with those slots, you got to land on something, and then it's like the Wheel of Fortune with Pat Sajak, like the game show.
Oh,
the wheel spins.
Yeah.
It's like a gimmick on those slot machines. But I never got into slots. Craps is fun. I play craps with a bunch of my friends. That's a lot of fun. And I have a friend who likes roulette, but I never really got into roulette. That's definitely not my game. But that's that. So, Dirk, is there anything else? We're missing Brunilda tonight. Brunilda didn't pop in tonight. Maybe it's Mother's Day. Maybe she's celebrating Mother's Day, having fun. Dirk, any final thoughts?
Oh man, I tell you, I got so many final thoughts, but that means we have to extend the cast for another hour.
No final thoughts from Dirk.
I just hope that everybody stays healthy, that everybody's well. That's the social partake and everything else, and just don't meet with big crowds.
Doctor's office with no
copay. I went by
copay.
two grocery stores today, Charles, at the parking lots. One was a Walmart, and another one was a grocery store. The parking lots were packed. There had to be 400, 500 cars. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
The parking lots in Brooklyn, Dirk. It's if there's 10 spots, we're lucky.
It's unbelievable. And of course, the numbers, with Tennessee opening up again, and tomorrow the mall's going to be open up again. So I think that it's going to be a spike again in the numbers.
I think there'll be a slight spike. The only difference is, Dirk, is that what the states have to do if they start opening up their economy is called contact tracing. You know what that is?
Absolutely.
Contact tracing.
As a matter of fact, I just heard today that Arkansas hired 500 people that do contact tracing.
So what they do is somebody comes to the emergency room or doctor's office. They test positive for COVID-19. They're told to go quarantine. And then somebody tracks down every person that they've come in contact with in the past whatever amount of days as calculated by the onset of symptoms, so the previous 14 days. And then they quarantine all those people, and they all sit in quarantine for 14 days or however long they decide the quarantine is going to be. And this way the economy can open. They identify these people, potential people at risk. They have a rapid test that tests them for the virus, COVID. And once they determine the patient has COVID, they're isolated, self-isolation. And then they track whoever they came in contact with, and they isolate those people for whatever it is. I think it's probably going to be 7 to 14 days, whatever that is. And that's how they manage. That's how they open the economy, and that's the plan. And that's how South Korea did it. Did you know that, Dirk?
Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah, so they've been in Vietnam also. They did this. They did it kind of the same way. So and when that's in place, and there's enough tests to do all that, and then there's enough tests to do the antibody testing, we'll be in a much better place. Even if the virus isn't completely eradicated and there isn't a vaccine, we'll be in much, much better pace if we identify those people here. Identify them. Andrew has a drive-in theater opened here. Half capacity sold out. Cars were lined up on the road. Oh, wow. That's nice to see. I think people are so anxious to get out. I could tell you, my daughter is an adolescent. She's a teenager, and she wants to get out. She is going stir crazy, and she's been in the house for 5 weeks. So we go out occasionally, but not any level a teenager is gonna be acceptable for a teenager. Tom Henry says, I feel impending doom coming. Tom, you got to be positive, man. Think positive. Don't get sick. If you say that you're going to get sick, don't get sick. Wash your hands, man. Do your due diligence. You'll be all right. Time for a 365-day cruise, no ports, and 100% testing prior to boarding. I would love that. Tom Henry says, listen to this, Dirk. This sounds great. Time for a 365-day cruise, no ports, and 100% testing prior to boarding. Tom, I'd be happy sitting offshore, maybe 8 miles offshore, so you can't see land, and an anchor, and I'll be happy. Serve me some drinks and meals. I'll be all right there. I don't got to go anywhere. Stay there for a year, 12 to 18 months. I'd say we go. Let's charter meet you and Dirk and maybe Larry and a couple of others, and that cruise consultant that we all have, and maybe a bunch of our friends will go on a cruise. we'll charter a ship and we'll just stay offshore for the next.
Oh, we
for the
definitely
next
have
18
to.
months.
We definitely have to take our cruise consultant.
And a bunch of her friends. Don't forget that part. So that's what we're gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
Tom. That sounds
Oh,
like
yeah.
a good time. So I'll do that. And Dirk, we could broadcast live from the ship.
Yeah,
We'll
that'd
use
be good
their
too.
internet. We use it from the yacht or whatever we decide to go on. That's a good thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching your screen, that is the sunset from a cruise ship, a sight that we're all longing to see, and I hope we all see in the very near future, ladies and gentlemen. Until next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I want to wish you all a great week. Enjoy it. Brian says, just give me unlimited drink package. I'll take it, Brian. Enjoy the week, folks. Protect yourself. Stay diligent with the rules. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Wear your face covering outside. Do what you got to do. You don't got to let me tell you. Everybody's been telling you to do it. You don't need me to tell you. You know what to do. You know the right thing. What I am telling you is don't lose it. Don't become complacent. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do it. Don't be complacent. We're in the home stretch, folks. You made it this far. You got to keep it up. And to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. I hope you enjoy Mother's Day 2020. We had a wonderful time here with my family. We ordered some food and we hung out. We ate around the table. It was very nice. I hope you all enjoyed the same. And I hope you have a great weekend. Dirk, anything else?
No, just everybody stay healthy out there, and we see you next week. And we see you when we see you.
We'll see you when you see you. And have a great week, everybody. See you next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the Cruise Mojo Show. Right here on the Norwegian Cruise Line Latitudes members page and the Cruise Mojo page on Facebook. Enjoy, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Bye. Oh, yeah.